Plaintiff Chiquita Whetstone says she was adopted when she was a baby. And at age 11, her adoptive mother left her with another woman and disappeared. Chiquita is desperate to find her family, and she believes the defendant may be her biological sister. So she petitioned the court for a sibling DNA test. Defendant Karen Smith says 4 years ago, Chiquita reached out to her and claimed they may be sisters. Karen knows that it could be a possibility because her father ran the streets while he was with her mother, and she's eager to find out the results.
And we're here today to determine whether you all are siblings. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you all taking DNA tests to that effect?
Yes, Your Honor.
And let me ask you to lead off with you. Give me some background.
I was adopted when I was 11 months old, and my mother was not ready to be a mother. She was promiscuous, and she ran the streets a lot. She dated men that did a lot of extracurricular activities, like smoking crack and partying all the time. So I spent a lot of time with babysitters or anybody that she would drop me off with. Over maybe 7, 8 years of this, she got a boyfriend that was on crack and promiscuous, and I caught them having sex, and he started trying to have sex with me. So she sent me away to have a better life. She promised the lady that she was gonna pay her. She never did. So the lady took it out on me.
Plaintiff Chiquita Whetstone believes the defendant may be her biological sister. So she petitioned the court for a sibling DNA test.
What happened to the crackhead? I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay, which one?
The one that right, the one that tried to have sex with you.
Oh, he's dead now.
His heart bust from that crack?
Yes, sir. I had a very hard time. I was on the streets. I lived with people I didn't know.
At what age?
Oh, 12 and a half. Mm-hmm. And my mother that adopted me, she made it a point not to educate me. She was a school teacher, and her mother was a school teacher, and her grandmother was a principal. And she would tell me that deliberately that she would pay people to potty train me, teach me how to tie my shoes, and everything else.
Why you say she didn't want to educate you? She didn't want to educate you?
She did not want
to.
What
made you think that, or she said that?
She would tell me things. I was around 7 years old, and I cut my bangs, and she told me, "You want to be like your whorish white mother." Oh, I'm sorry. And that's what she would tell me.
But in terms of educating you, that's the part I'm missing.
She told me that she paid people to teach me.
But all right.
So
I didn't hear the part about teaching you your education. I heard about the potty training and shoe tying.
Yes, everything. Everything.
Okay, so you didn't go to school? Or?
She sent me to school in the second grade. They diagnosed me with ADD, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and the whole list. Mm-hmm. So she was embarrassed and wanted to hide everything. And she
embarrassed at your behavior or something?
I wasn't a bad girl.
So embarrassed by what, if nobody knew?
Not being able to pass the test.
Okay.
At school.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Your academic
Yes,
skills.
She worked day and night. Mm-hmm. And so she would drop me off to different people, a lot of different people. So I didn't get much of an education because in the evening times when most kids are at home doing their homework, I was
Plus you probably had some challenges with your disorder. And when did you leave there?
Oh, 11 and a half.
And where'd you go then, you say?
She left me with a lady, old friend of hers.
What happened?
I got beat at least 3 to 4 times a week with wooden objects and whatnot.
And how's that affected your life all the way down?
I have broken bone pieces.
Pardon?
I have broken bone pieces from my spine all the way down. I have pain from the top of my spine down to the bottom of my feet.
From physical abuse by your mother?
Yes, yes, that's where it started.
Okay. Let me hear from you.
I got a phone call from Shakita about 4 years ago, stating that she could possibly be my sister. I know in the past I've heard rumors that my father was out in the streets while with my mother. Since then, she has communicated with several of my cousins and kept, in contact with them. When we first communicated, she sent me paperwork that she had found once her adoptive mother was keeping her, that had my dad's name on it. And so she believed that she had been looking for a long time to try to find who her parents were. I want to say last year, she came up and we visited for a little while and, hugged and cried. And then after that, we went over to my cousin's house once I got off work to visit for a few hours. For me, still trying to figure out, if she is my sister, if she's not my sister.
That's why you all are here today, and we're going to find that out shortly. But ma'am, what made you think that Karen is your sibling?
New Year's Eve, 2014. I woke up and I thought to look online, and I Googled his name once again. I had been trying since I was 17 years old, and I found him. He left his obituary online, and I believe it was just for me and my twin brother that I was told that I have. I started looking. I saw her name, and I started
Saw her name in the obituary?
Yes, sir.
As
yes,
what?
Your Honor.
As one of his daughters?
Daughter, yes. And I just started searching harder and harder and harder.
And what made you think from reading the obituary he was your father?
Because my adopted mother, she had some documents. I had an open adoption, and she had some documents. And before I even knew that I was adopted, I was looking for makeup, and I found my adoption records in her room.
Let me see. And you say from that, when you saw the obituary, you determined, okay, this is probably who it is.
Yes, Your Honor.
And please supply the information regarding adoption. Father. Okay, somebody hand wrote this, obviously.
Yes.
This is one of the authorities hand wrote this?
That's my adopted mother's handwriting.
And you seem pretty emotional today. Is that because of what your life has been like?
I would love to find my family. I don't have a family. I've never had anybody to love me like a family. And I see people on Christmas and I see people on Thanksgiving, and I don't have that. I've never had a birthday party. I don't feel like I'm alive.
Plaintiff Chiquita Whetstone believes the defendant may be her biological sister. So she petitioned the court for a sibling DNA test.
So who did you grow up associating with as family?
The mother that adopted me, and she got married. I think I was around 6.
But the mother that adopted you, didn't she have relatives?
I knew that she had a mother.
Okay, that's it?
And that's it.
Okay, no cousins, aunts, uncles, any of that?
I wasn't aware of them, but after she passed away, comes to find out that they do live right here in Chicago.
Okay. Okay, I understand now. Yeah, I know you were very, looked like you're in a lot of pain there emotionally. Yeah. And whatever happens today, I think we should help you get some therapy.
Thank you.
Yeah, the conditions you mentioned does affect people's emotions. I have attention deficit and I was troubled. I got a whooping every day. You say 3 times a week, I got one every day. So I understand that and that our minds think differently. Thank God for my condition because my mind looking at things differently, I think did all right by me.
Yes.
Say so.
Yeah, folks like to come down on other folks about their conditions, whatever, their disorder, whatever you want to call me, better bottle it up and pass it around because it works. It ain't that bad on you. So let's see if we have a relative here, but I want to be able to help you get control of your outlook on things. How do you have children?
Yes, sir.
All right. How old are your children?
Oh, 25, 22, and 6.
Okay.
I have all boys.
All right. And so you do have a family.
Oh.
Huh?
My older boys left me to be with their dad.
But they're still your family.
And I don't have them. I don't.
You
they
don't
left
talk to them?
because maybe once or twice a year. My baby is the one, the 6-year-old. That's who I hug and hold and get love from.
Yeah, I think you certainly need some counseling, man, because there's a whole different way of looking at that. I feel very proud that I was strong enough to overcome those obstacles and build my own family. My mother died when I was a teenager, didn't have a father in my life, so I had nobody. When I went to college, I had to stay with my wife's parents over the holidays. They gave me a bedroom in their house, separate from my wife, of course.
That's right.
But when we were dating, I was 18, they give me a room in their house because I had nowhere to go other than my brothers who were living a destructive lifestyle. And every time I go over there, I got to see everything under the sun going down. That's why y'all want to know how I know so much about everything, because everything was going down in the neighborhoods and the family members that I have when I go over their house. So my point is, I was anxious to have my family, and when I started my family, that became more important and the most fulfilling part of my life. And you should be proud that you are here. You're not drug addicted, you don't appear. You're not alcohol addicted. You're not living a destructive lifestyle. You have friends, right?
I had friends when I was a little girl.
Why don't you have them now, as an adult?
I lost contact. People moved away.
Why don't you get new friends?
And they
Why
end
don't
up
you get
trying
new
to be my
friends?
boyfriend.
Pardon me?
They end up trying to be my boyfriend.
No, ladies try to be your boyfriend or your girlfriend?
Some have.
All right. So sounds like, let me tell you what you've said. I'm trying to make sense with you, and I'm trying to get you past this situation that you have in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You've told me that you don't have anybody, you've never had anybody. Then we find out you have 3 boys, a family. Then you have friends. You say every friend I try to make, they hit on me. So what you've created, you've painted a picture of hopelessness and despair.
Yes.
And I think you need intense counseling. How often do you go to counseling?
I went to counseling for 15 years.
How often?
At one point, it was twice a week, and then they stopped me and had me going once a month.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be glad to help you with that.
Thank you.
Plaintiff Chiquita Whetstone believes the defendant may be her biological sister. So she petitioned the court for a sibling DNA test.
And why was it so important for you to find your dad?
I could never find my mother.
All right. And we're going to help you get therapy. And hopefully you can attend and get better.
Thank you.
But you're going to have to, unfortunately, kind of keep searching. And if we can help your search for your dad, we'll be glad to do that as well. But no, he isn't your dad.
Well, I just want to let you know that although he's not, my heart goes out to you. My family loves you, the ones you have been communicating with, and I want to give you a hug. And I'm always be there for you, okay?